Justice Binta Nyako of Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned indefinitely after the detained leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, as seen in a privileged video footage during today's court session, staged a resistance protest, insisting while confronting the judge face to face, including the prosecuting counsel, Adegboyega Awomolo, that Justice Binta, who is an indigene of Katsina State, state with former President Muhammadu Buhari, is biased, saying, Justice Nyako, who had held a political position of Katsina State Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, that her court is not a court of law but a shrine of injustice, accusing the judge of poke-nosing with authorities to pass wrong judgment against him in order to be left off the hook by the federal government. Her son, Abdul-Aziz Nyako, and her husband, retired Vice Admiral Murtala Nyako, who was once Chief of Naval Staff, Deputy Chief of Defense Staff, pioneer former military Governor of Niger State, 2 times Governor of Adamawa State, who were impeached twice by Adamawa State House of Assembly for misconduct, one of the soldiers that fought against Biafra during Nigeria's civil war, a current member of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, who is facing corruption charges alongside his son in a criminal allegation filed before court of law since 2015 by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, over alleged cases of abuse of office, criminal conspiracy, theft and money laundering. Nnamdi Kanu could be seen in the video during the court session saying with confidence that Justice Binta Nyako cannot be the judge over his case in this life, adding that he would not appeal the decision of the Chief Judge of Federal High Court that returned the case file to Justice Binta Nyako for Nnamdi Kanu to request the judge recusal in writing and not verbal. Before him, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court can consider Nnamdi Kanu's rejection of the judge after Justice Binta had earlier last year withdrawn from the case. With a marching and unwavering voice, the Biafra freedom fighter warned the prosecutor counsel to respect himself, else he would be insulted. Insisting, the prosecutor counsel, despite his old age, being a senior advocate of Nigeria, son don't know Nigeria law. Saying this with emphasis while reading from a document, he said it's a federal government gazetted law of national judicial ethical conduct before Justice Binta Nyako and prosecutor counsel, Adegboyega Awomolo, pointing out a section of the law that says the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court does not have right to tell a judge what to do. The prosecution and the court don't know the law, that is the fact. Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu said. Judge Binta Nyako thereafter announced the indefinite postponement of the proceedings. Kanu said during the proceedings that he was not happy with the decision of the Chief Judge, returning the case to Justice Nyako. The IPOB leader said he was only in court due to the respect he had for the rule of law, adding that the judge had previously withdrawn herself from the case. He said he could not be prosecuted while the case remained with Justice Binta Nyako. Prosecutor Adegboyega Awomolo, a senior advocate of Nigeria, son objected to Kanu's remarks and asked for a definite date for hearing, but his objection was turned down by backlash from Nnamdi Kanu. The prosecutor had said the Chief Judge returned the case file to Justice Binta Nyako for Kanu to formally raise his objection to the judge's continued handling of the case. Awomolo said since Kanu refused to file such a formal application, it was wrong for him to insult the court. My lord, you have excused yourself from this case. You cannot return to preside over it, Kanu insisted, his voice steady with a great confidence and courage. While speaking, the judge seemed to struggle to dispute his argument. His words cut through the courtroom like a blade, pointing out the apparent contradictions in the legal process that has kept him detained for years. Justice Binta Nyako stands recused in my case. She cannot try me. The reason she has refused to leave my case is because she is on contract with the federal government of Nigeria to jail me in exchange for the release of her husband and son, who are undergoing corruption charges in Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu, while speaking with the press at the end of the court session. We had October 2024 reported that the Chief Judge of Federal High Court in Nigeria, Justice John Soho, has rejected the verbal plea by the detained Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu for the trial judge in the case, Justice Binta Nyako to withdraw being the judge over the lawsuits. Justice Soho stated that Kanu's case was reassigned to Justice Nyako due to its prolonged nature, dating back to 2015. Given that Justice Nyako had handled the case for the most part, she was deemed the most suitable judge to see it through to its conclusion. However, the Chief Judge directed that if at the next hearing of the case, Kanu still insists on recusing Justice Nyako, he must file a written motion with an affidavit, stating all the grounds for requesting the recusal. We had reported in September 2024 that Justice Binta Nyako of Federal High Court sitting in Abuja have withdrawn from the case of the 10th Biafra leader, Nnamdi Kanu, after the trial could not commence following the Biafra leader's personal confrontation with the judge for the second time in the year. We had reported in May 2024 that, in a rare case in the history of legal proceedings in the world, Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, helped himself at the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja and played the role of a lawyer with full energy and vibrant command of words. With fearless loud voice defended himself with face-to-face confrontation with the trial judge, Justice Binta Nyako, and the federal government prosecution counsel, Adegboyega Awomolo. Kanu is being prosecuted by the federal government on a 7-count bordering on terrorism.
He did something in my case. I accused him. He was conscious official. I asked him to recuse himself. Why did the chief judge not insist I must hear it? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with the case, which is true, then you need to go and
No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have recused yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are conscious official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Awomolo here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi Kanu said, go on appeal. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adamawa from my case. I did not insist Adamawa must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. Awomolo should do the right thing. A chairman of the board of directors prosecuting somebody is impropriety. Nowhere in the world is such nonsense done. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're prosecuting a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is a record of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must take my case. You cannot write me. This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal. And he's a senior advocate, for goodness sake. There's an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this, Awomolo, you go and appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you're behaving like a child. Go and appeal. Because of money. Because of money they're paying you from ATM surface, you are here standing and smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you, you say you have to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go and appeal. His Lordship Binta Nyako will not try my case. Not on this planet Earth. I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
So that, I said, the issue of the past that the defendant has indicated that he will not make a formal application. I advise that the Lordship give us a 70-day for hearing.
You are not well. You are not well. I'm telling you, this is what I'm not well. This is an order of court. An order of court says Justice Binta Nyako is recused. An order of court. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I recused him. He was conscious official. He sat on appeal. I took him to NJC. I recused him. Why did he not say I must sit on your case? Why in the case of his lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying? There's an order of, give it to him. He doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. An order, give it. He doesn't have it. It's an order of court. It's an order of court.
And wisdom is very important in this matter.
And telling lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting the teacher.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because people are turning the law. When it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing. If the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? I'm asking you, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is that law? Is the memo from Chief Judge, is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside and a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Binta Nyako, stand recused in my case. Cannot try me. Why don't you get it? Even you definitely get for trial, so you can do your mathematics you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Chief Awomolo, because it seems he doesn't know the law. So I will tell him, this is national judicial policy of this country. Please give them a copy each. National judicial policy of Nigeria, national judicial policy. I will tell you what it says. Because you don't know, I will tell you. Talking about memo from the Chief Judge of the High Court. Judicial policy of Nigeria, 1C. I'm reading. Robert. In the performance of judicial functions, an old man like this doesn't know the law. You don't know the law. I have a petition against Binta Nyako. I have a petition against her. Nonsense. Nonsense. Why is it when it comes to my case, they turn the law upside down? They turn the law upside down. Upside down. Upside down.
What are the rules of
Listen. This is the laws of Nigeria. The prosecution, and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact. Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the Chief Judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyako what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra. My right to agitate. My right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
Sorry, sir.
Because these people, they are fools. They think they can mess. You can mess around with people who are not educated. I am an educated man. I can't show them the petition for the simple reason that if you show it,
What the judge said was that the case file was.
I don't recognize anything Binta Nyako said today for the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of courtesy and respect. She stands recused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to NJC. I don't want to talk about it. Justice Binta Nyako is using her position for personal gain. For personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. And they told them
They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. You can see it. They don't want the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out in Nigeria. That's the problem. Who's that person? Who's that person? Binta Nyako's husband and son are facing corruption charges. They sent her to my case so they can release or smoothen the pathway for the husband and the son.
Who have the lights?
They are facing. It doesn't matter if they off it. In a corrupt society, that's what happens. They are very, very corrupt. There is a breach of judicial oath. They have violated the judicial oath. They have shown bias according to Supreme Court. They are biased against me. Supreme Court said so. And that is why what is happening in the judgments and rulings concerning me has been happening. So, disobedience to superior court orders. Supreme Court said you are biased. You are against this man. He should not have revoked his bail. Nigeria went to Kenya and kidnapped him. These things are in the public domain. Why therefore are they insisting on trying me? A court order was entered. In that very court order, it was said very clearly and succinctly that he is no more. No.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.